Happy Friday Eve to you. And today I would really love for any doctor that might watch this to please pay attention to the following public service announcement. Please know who you have working for you inside your office. Please. Well, I went to a new client today, and whew, where to begin? I think it is amazing that they have survived as long as they have in practice, and I think that this is one of the big problems. And I remember this happening, not as severe, but I remember this happening when I joined the last practice I managed. You know, it didn't seem to have any real organization or flow, and I think that when you have a leader, when you have somebody that is a real manager, they will put your practice together. You know, it's like the most important thing. You really have to have somebody that knows what they're doing. So, you know, the conversation today was like, well, he's been here 10 years and, you know, they were making a lot of money. So the doctor didn't really notice that there was all this money missing and that bills weren't going out in a timely manner. So they, you know, passed the deadline of reimbursement. But you know, I mean, they're making enough money. They're doing very well. Wow. You know, one of the things when I joined my last practice, they had a similar mentality. And I just came in and like, I always explain it with my hands. You know, there was just all this money floating around in the air. And I just came in and started capturing it, you know, and not thinking that that 20 cents makes a difference, or that 50 cents, or that dollar, or that claim doesn't go out. Well, first of all, it's not your money. It's the doctor's money. And although I completely understand why a physician would not want to be involved with the day-to-day, nor do I think it's a good idea, I do know that there needs to be management. And I do know that there needs to be somebody who really has a great understanding of your entire staff, the billing, credentialing, negotiating, picking different vendors. I mean, I talked to somebody today, she didn't know what I meant by malpractice. What They had a history of embezzlement. There's no contracts between doctors. And there's no contracts. There's a whole other thing going on I'm not even going to get into. I'm not really even sure if it's legal. But, you know, you really, really have to be so protective of your practice. So I'm very grateful that I get to work with them. And I'm really grateful that they have somebody in there that's smart enough to figure out. And she started as the front office. She was front office staff. She got bored, asked if she could do more work, then started investigating and started noticing all these mistakes. So she's going from the front office to the manager. I don't know. I don't know what to say sometimes. All I know is I'm glad I was there today and that we could start working on getting some resolution to all of these problems. And they have a bunch of offices. They're opening a new office. Their website isn't optimized for mobile. What? What do you mean? What do you mean it's not a big deal? What? Wow. So I can't, like, this is why 2018, I really just want to speak to the masses because it's too common. And I'm just here in Tampa Bay. I know it's happening all over the place. I had a doctor leave me a message from New York today who is going through her own issues. I mean, employee handbooks? Yeah, everybody needs an employee handbook. Yes, they need to sign it. Yes, they need to have evaluations. Yes, you need a company culture. People need to be happy about coming in to help because the patients, if the staff isn't happy, what are the patients seeing? I don't know. I'm just never surprised, but I'm always shocked. I I know it's a huge contradiction, but I can't help it. I'm just glad that I, made the decision to do this because I really just want to help them. I really just want to help you, doc, if you're watching, or manager. Let somebody who has it. Sometimes I see it's a lot about ego, right? Like, of course, the doctor thinks that they should oversee everything and see patients and do surgery and open offices. No, you need to get somebody in there that you really trust. The best thing about the last place I was in was they let me do everything except see patients because that I could screw up big time. That and accounting. I'm not good at that. I know how to watch those numbers go up, but I'm not good at accounting. You could just ask Terry. He knows. I called him today about end of year and he laughs at me. So that said, I really hope that you're listening, Doc. You need to have the most amazing manager and you need to pay somebody really well. I love when I get asked the question, well, what do you pay? What do you pay a billing person? What do you mean? So you just guessed and that's what you decided to pay them? There's no like surveys of the demographic that you live in, and I'm just I'm always shocked about it, but never surprised. Or the other way around. Whatever. Glad to be Dr. Whispering today because God knows it is a need. And where there is a need, there is a business. So I'm hoping to not only hire a manager for them, not a manager, a billing person, because they're Medicare and there's nobody credentialing there. They're losing so much money. It's a shame, because doctors, like, you work so hard to get this degree and pay all that money to go to school and you help so many people. Pay somebody with some brains to run your practice. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, and if you don't know how to, you can call me and I'll hire somebody for you for a fee, of course. Ciao. See you tomorrow. Happy holidays.